Good morning, students. Welcome to Good Samaritan School Isapur online classes. This is your science class, and today we are going to study chapter 11 Light, Shadows, and Reflections. Before we start the questions and answers, we will have a look at the review. So, the first point is light enables us to see objects, right? We have seen this in the chapter. Objects which emit light of their own are called luminous objects. Example, a torch, bulb, the sun. So the objects which emit their own light are called luminous objects. Objects can be classified as transparent, opaque, and translucent objects. So there are three categories: transparent, opaque, and translucent. Objects which do not emit light are called as non-luminous objects, which is not given here, so I am just revising that as well. Now, an object which does not allow light to pass through is called opaque. So those objects which do not allow light to pass through them at all are called opaque objects. An object which allows light to pass through is called transparent, and an object which allows light to pass through it partially, means to some extent, is called translucent. Next point, shadows are formed when something obstructs the path of light. They give us some information about shapes of the objects. So shadows give us an idea about the shape of the object, but it does not tell us anything about the color or the texture. Shadows are formed when something obstructs the path of light. There should be obstruction in the path of light, only then shadows are formed. A pinhole camera can be used to image the sun and brightly lit objects. Mirror reflections give us very clear images. Mirror changes the direction of light falling on it. And the last point is light travels in straight line. So now we are going to see the exercise. First one is fill in the blanks. A smooth, shining surface like a mirror reflects away most of the light that falls on it. So light gets reflected back in the same medium when it strikes onto a shiny surface of a mirror. Second, diffuse reflection occurs when light falls on rough, uneven surfaces like a blotting paper. So if the surface is uneven or rough, then the reflection that occurs is called as diffuse reflection. Images formed by a plane mirror are called virtual and erect, means they are not real images and they are not inverted, but they are erect images. So images formed by a plane mirror are always virtual and erect. The next one is shadows are always black in color. Fifth, light travels in a straight line, and dash is the ultimate source of light energy on earth. So this you all know, it is sun. Sun is the ultimate source of light energy on earth. Next is true or false. So we will see that opaque objects allow light to pass through them. So is it true or false? It is false. Opaque objects do not allow light to pass through them at all. Images are same as shadows. No, images are not same as shadows. So this is also false. Translucent objects allow light to pass through them partially. This is true. So they allow light to pass through them to some extent. So this is true. Light travels in a straight line. This is also true. Fifth, a mirror changes the direction of light falling on it. So this is again true. It changes the direction of light falling on that falls on it. Now we will see some differences between some objects which come under transparent, translucent and opaque category. So classify the following objects as transparent, translucent and opaque. So here are some objects given. So under transparent, out of these, glass, air and water are transparent. Smoke, plastic scale, paper and polythene are translucent, and wood, cardboard, aluminium foil and mirror are opaque objects. Question 4. Differentiate between luminous objects and non-luminous objects. Objects that give out light are luminous objects. Example, sun and candle. Non-luminous objects are those objects that do not give light are non-luminous objects. Example, bed or wood. So the next one is difference between image and shadow. So it is formed by intersection of reflected rays. When reflected rays intersect, then an image is formed. Shadow, it is formed when light does not reach behind the object. So there is an obstruction and light does not reach behind the object, then a shadow is formed. Image is seen when reflected rays approach observer's eyes. No light enters the observer's eyes. So this is the difference between image and shadow. Third is real images and virtual images. So the difference between the two is the image which can be obtained on a screen. These are called as real images. The image which cannot be obtained on a screen are virtual images. Light rays actually meet to form real image, and here light do not actually meet to form a virtual image. Fourth is difference between transparent and opaque objects. These objects allow light to pass through them. Opaque objects, these objects do not allow light to pass through them. For transparent objects, they do not cast a shadow, but opaque objects cast a shadow. In transparent objects, you can see clearly through a transparent object, but we cannot see through an opaque object. Next question, question 5. Describe a simple activity to show that light travels in a straight line. So the activity is given here. Fix a lighted candle on a table. Take a straight rubber tube and look through it at the flame of the candle with one eye. So as you can see in this figure, with one eye, if you have to look through the rubber tube at the candle flame. So we can see the light of candle flame through it. Now bend the rubber tube a little and look at the candle flame through the bent tube. We cannot see the light of candle flame through it this time. From this observation, we can conclude that light travels in a straight path. So when you held the rubber tube as a straight one, then we could see the lighted candle, but when we bent the rubber tube a little, then we were not able to see the flame of the candle. So this proves that light travels in a straight path. The next question is question 6. Describe a simple activity to show that a beam of light changes its direction after falling on a mirror. It gets reflected. So in this picture you can see this child is holding the torch and pointing it, directing it towards the mirror. The girl is holding the mirror, and then these rays are getting reflected, and they are reaching to the third boy who is standing in another corner. So this activity has to be done in a dark room. This activity should be done in dark room. Ask your friend to hold a mirror in his hand in one corner of the room. At another corner, hold a torch. Cover the glass of torch with your hand and get a beam of light. So this glass, here you can see a glass. If you must have seen a torch, so that glass you have to cover with your hand, and then you have to get a beam of light. That beam of light strikes the mirror. So direct the beam onto the mirror. Adjust the direction of torch so that the patch of light falls on another friend standing in the room. So you have to adjust the torch's direction in such a way that the rays get reflected by the mirror surface towards your friend who is standing in the other corner. So this is the activity which shows that a beam of light changes its direction after falling on a mirror as it gets reflected. So I hope you understood this, children. Do this in your workbook till question number 6 and draw the picture and diagram properly, both the diagrams, and we will meet again in the next class.